Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the ring for our next contest from Spain, Lahcene Zemmouri. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the ring Huddersfield's very own Dale Robinson.
So happy, I got something's happening here. Take a look, show up strength with your mind. I'm so happy, you're so fine. You're all money, you're so fine. The text is for my joy, friends, and the public gets what they want. But
Ladies and gentlemen, Barry Hearn for Matchroom Sport in association with Tommy Gilmore and our sponsors Direct Golf UK proudly present an international bantamweight contest of 10 3-minute rounds. Between and introducing, firstly fighting out of the red corner, wearing the blue trunks trimmed with yellow and red. Coming from Spain, formerly from Algeria, weighing in at 8 stone 4 pound, bringing with him to the ring a 17-fight professional record, 12 wins, 6 wins by way of knockout with 4 losses and 1 draw. He comes to the ring as the reigning Spanish champion. Please welcome Lahcene Zemmouri. And his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, across the ring in the blue corner, wearing the red, white and blue trunks. He weighed in at 8 stone 5 pounds. Holds a 17-fight professional record, 16 wins, 7 wins by way of knockout with 1 loss. He's the Commonwealth Flyweight Champion. Introducing and presenting Huddersfield's very own Dale Robinson. Timekeeper at the bell, Mr. Mike Alexander at Doncaster. The referee in charge of the action, Mr. Phil Edwards from Preston. And this is 10 3-minute rounds.
Okay, gentlemen, you follow my instructions at all times. When I tell you to break cleanly, take a step back, watch the heads in close. Touch gloves, good luck to you both.
One of the best flyweights in the country, boxing on home territory here, Dale Robinson from Huddersfield, still only 24. Earlier this year he lost in a thriller against Jason Booth. This is his 2nd fight back since then, and he's in with the Spanish flyweight champion here, Lahcene Zemmouri, who was also a Spanish champion at super flyweight as well prior to that. Robinson, who was due to fight tonight against Johnny Armour in an English bantamweight title fight. Armour pulled out of that one, so this is a late substitute. Tough man, so we're told, although not too big in the skills department. That's the word. Anyway, let's see what happens.
Good left hook from Robinson. They've just caught Zemmouri in the top of the head, seemed to trouble him slightly. But on paper, this could be a busy little night's work for Robinson. This little fella's experienced, he's been over this distance a few times, so this, as I say, could be busy.
Robinson certainly young enough to come back after that close defeat against Jason Booth, when he probably lost the fight with a late knockdown. It was pretty close on the cards, and he was ahead for a long time in it as well. Robinson in the red, white and blue, the purple and yellow colours of Zemmouri, who comes from Torre Gombara in Spain. That's on the coast near Barcelona, so they tell me anyway. I think he might be a bit of a wild man, this Spanish champion.
Yep, and I don't think Robinson's going to have to go looking for him. Robinson looks to be the bigger puncher of the two. But the little fella's here to give it a go.
Robinson ought to have the edge in skills, and looking quite composed. His fans trying to get behind him here. Former two-time English ABA champion in his amateur days, Robinson. He's been a pro for 4 years now. Just looking a little bit sleepy there as he was backed up in a straight line by Zemmouri. Good left hook though there. One to body, one to head.
Yeah, the better quality punches are coming from Robinson, but this little fella's just busy. Set the pace. I don't expect he'll keep this pace going, but he's just maybe outworking Robinson a little bit at times here.
Working quite nicely with his jab as well. Zemmouri just lost his footing for a moment there. Robinson as well, and having the odd uncomfortable moment in this opening round against this swarming Spanish champion, originally from Algeria, by the way, but based in Spain these days.
Yeah, well, nothing that Zemmouri's done in the first round has troubled Robinson in the slightest. But for me, he's maybe outworked him for the bigger part of it. But the better punches coming from Robinson, so this looks like a decent match for him.
Yeah. This is
Chris Aston is the main man in the corner for Dale Robinson.
Right, plant your feet and hit him with 2 hard shots when he comes, otherwise he's going to keep coming. Get him ready to go on. Can't put him on this round.
I think he was on a bit of a reconnaissance mission in that first round, Jim.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes Dale wants to look casual and maybe just doesn't waken up as soon as he should in a fight. And I think he was showing a few times with his facial expressions that Zemmouri wasn't bothering him at all. But he's going to have to work a little bit faster. He just allowed Zemmouri to dictate the pace of things, but nothing to worry about because he definitely looks the better quality puncher of the two.
Second round in this bantamweight 10-rounder, and by the way, Zemmouri in the purple trunks here with the yellow waistband is coming off his career best win. That was against Rafael Lozano for the Spanish flyweight championship. It was close, but Lozano, a two-time Olympic medal winner who hadn't really transferred it to the pros, but that was an eye-catching win for him. His confidence will be up.
Yeah, well, he certainly started confidently. This is better already from Robinson. Started with a couple of good solid jabs. There's the left hook. But he's going to have to discourage this fellow. This fellow's here to give it a go.
This is good experience for Robinson. Exactly the kind of fight he might be in should he go in for the European title somewhere down the road. That's not the kind of opportunity you could rule out for him. He's got that kind of level of ability.
One step back.
Out of the ring, an approachable, affable character, Dale Robinson, in it poker-faced, pretty composed, still yet to really impose himself here.
But he certainly improved in the second round. A bit more sharpness about his work, but this fella's going to take a little bit of discouraging, I think.
Looks like he wants it, Zemmouri. Not here for the ride, is he?
No, as I say, he's giving it a go. I think that the longer this goes, the easier it may become for Robinson, but this little fellow's shifty in the early stages, but this is a far better round so far for Robinson. He's picking the punches nicely.
Good little left hook from Zemmouri, who leaps in behind it as well, and then crowds his work a little. mustn't be too complacent here, Dale Robinson. He mustn't be thinking that this is just an easy substitute job. You've seen fighters come a cropper like that before.
Yeah, I think that's what a little effect he likes to pull. He likes to show that he's not perturbed, he's cool, he's calm. But I think he's going to have to raise the pace a little bit just to keep this fellow under control.
It is the classy right hand. Just now did Robinson. Good shot.
I think he's going to have to put a little bit more snap into his punches, catch this fellow as he comes forward. Zemmouri finishing the round strongly.
More authority about Robinson's punches, but this swarming aggression from Zemmouri, who's backing up Dale Robinson. Robinson doesn't look too perturbed by any of it, but there's a danger of him getting outworked if he's not careful.
Yeah, you don't want the other guy finishing the round better, because in close rounds, that's what sways the scoring. So Robinson just wants to dig in a little bit, raise the pace. But it's a decent round for him there.
Thought he just nicked it, Robinson.
There's a problem with Robinson's boots. It looks as though they're changing them.
Well, you see that with footballers, don't you? When the studs are not right for the surface. But how often does that happen in boxing? Did you ever have to do that, Jim? Ever?
No, you should have your boots tested out. I wonder what the reason for that is. Is it new boots he was wearing? Is he can't get the purchase into his punches? There's obviously been a problem.
Give the corner some credit, though. They've brought another pair of boots and had another pair handy, so they kind of knew there might be a problem going in, I think.
Yeah, well, if that's the case, then they shouldn't have taken a chance on it. But, I mean, they've coped with it well, actually. You know, Jackie Stewart could have had them in the pits, the speed they've changed those boots up. I don't think they're lacing them up too tight.
They do the tyres quicker than that. But it's not a bad job. They've done all that in a minute. I mean, it's almost like a Krypton factor thing, isn't it, this?
But I wonder if they were expecting this. Why did they not just use the boots he has on now? Obviously, he's slipping a little bit, couldn't get purchase into the punches.
Angelo Dundee would have taken longer, wouldn't he? Here's the third round of this one. Zemmouri in the purple and yellow, the Spanish flyweight champion, replacing Johnny Armour as a Dale Robinson opponent tonight. Robinson, who in the past has beaten a Russian, a Frenchman, 3 Africans. He's been a Commonwealth champion. So there's a bit of pedigree there, and for a long time we thought he was one of the better young fighters in the country, but he's got past that prospect stage a bit now and really just has to prove himself as a championship level type of operator.
Well, he's timing Zemmouri nicely with the left hook as he comes forward, but I think he's going to have to throw punches in bursts, because Zemmouri's coming right through that left hook. It is landing, it's scoring points, but he's still getting close.
Be good with that right hand at times, chopping little right hand, Dale Robinson. He might be just a bit bigger and stronger naturally than Zemmouri, who, remember, was down at 8 stone for his last fight. Good body shots from Robinson. Heavier looking shots from him.
Yeah, if Robinson can push this fellow back, it'll make things a little bit easier. He's quick and he's shifty when he's coming forward.
To take a left hook back from the Spaniard that time. Does look stronger, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's punching certainly stronger, and he's beginning to bully Zemmouri a little bit along the ropes now. You want to push the fellow back if you can do it.
And if he is going to go anywhere, this is the kind of fight he has to win, Dale Robinson. Zemmouri still wants to meet fire with fire. He's game, bags of heart, lots of desire, and he's making this a good little scrap.
Yeah, but I tell you, and they have come up with a good replacement opponent. This is a meaningful match. There's that left hook again. He's just timing it nicely. But maybe a little more snap into it. You want to discourage this fellow if possible.
Good jab from Robinson there. Definitely has an edge in the class and skills department by the look of this.
I think Robinson would like to be dropping the pace here, but Zemmouri won't allow it. So he's just going to have to stay with him in the early stages. Don't allow this fellow to steal any early rounds.
It's pretty good stuff. It's Ricardo Sanchez in the corner with Zemmouri, who has had his setbacks. He's lost 4 of his 17 fights, a couple of times against a novice prospect called Gregorio Perez. He was also stopped in 5 by the unbeaten Herman Huatas.
See, sometimes Robinson's concentration not quite what it should be. He's a little bit ragged up close, as you can see here. His defence is scattered a little bit. But he outworked Zemmouri for me in that round, and his punching was certainly better. That left hook is finding its mark, but not stopping the fellow in his tracks. But a few times you can see Robinson had the strength to bully him along the ropes.
Round 4, just thinking in the gap there. You don't see so many fighters from Spain these days. There were plenty around in your era, Jim.
Yep, 3 of my European title fights were against Spaniards. There's some good quality fighters then, as you say, not so many these days. Zemmouri holding there. I think the referee may be going to have a word. He's holding Robinson's gloves.
Yeah, it might have been shaken a little bit by one of those hooks in close, and still wants to hold and deny him room to work with the left hand. That was on the blind side of the referee, Phil Edwards, but not on the blind side of Jim Watt. Nothing gets past him.
A little bit of swelling coming up in Robinson's left eye. So some of those have been getting through cleanly.
Good right hand, Robinson. Zemmouri on the back foot for once. He likes to come forward. What's he like when he's backed up, I wonder?
This is good stuff from Robinson, but I would still like to see his defence is a little bit tighter.
Got him trapped on the ropes here, but needs to work. Robinson, while he's got him there. Watching at ringside his mum and dad, Erlene and Alan, who live every single second of the fights. His mum never wanted him to box in the first place, but, well, she knows he loves the business and goes along with it, but in agony all through.
There's a little tearaway, there's Zemmouri. He won't be denied. Robertson, I'd like to see him maybe clean his boxing up a little bit. He's just getting a little bit too much involved, although it's not easy with this fellow, the pace he's setting. That was better. Good left hook.
Yeah, right through the middle. Good shot that. Then he looked for the uppercut, then a body shot. Just beginning here to impose himself, Dale Robinson. Better quality shots from him, picking his punches better. And at the moment, Zemmouri, for me, just looking a bit of a wild man, wasting a lot. He looks like he's plugged into the national grid, doesn't he?
Yep, he can certainly set a pace, and that's the problem. Sometimes Robinson gets some nice work off, he lingers a little bit longer than he should, and this fellow starts pummeling back. But the quality stuff coming from Robinson still.
Arm punches, really, from Zemmouri, who again hits thin air. He's done that rather too much, and that has the effect of tiring a fighter's arms, doesn't it, Jim?
It does have, but I haven't seen too many signs from Zemmouri. He seems to have plenty in the tank at the moment. Just if Robinson could tidy things up a little bit, not get quite so involved, use the jab, keep this fellow at long range.
That was a cracking jab, right on cue.
Well, that was nice. See, that was a little feint, then the jab. Just keep this fellow at arm's length. Don't get too involved.
He got caught by a left hook there, Robinson. Just got a bit careless in defence. Maybe his inexperience cost him a little bit in that big fight he had with Jason Boog late on in the fight. But he should be a rounded pro by now.
Keep working when you're getting back up to the ropes, OK? That's when you're having most effect, OK? Give me a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Now relax. Right, drop them jabs onto his chest, OK? Sharp and fast onto his chest with them jabs. And then every now and again, drop that right hand as quick as you can behind him. Just phone both. And let that fucker go, OK? Quick. Okay, when you're having back up,
good work again from Robinson. When he's got him at this length, that's when he does his best work. Sometimes he steps in a little bit too close, especially after he's got some punches off, and allows this little fellow to mess him around. He's guilty of holding one glove while he punches with the other. Knows all the old pro tricks. But you can see sometimes Robinson just goes to sleep and lets the fellow back into the action. But that's that left hook. Really, it was a left hook come jab, that one. But it's working well for him.
Here we go with round 5. Dale Robinson of Huddersfield, boxing in Huddersfield in the red, white and blue trunks. They're very proud of him around here as well. And he's flown the flag well in the boxing world for this town, and he might have bigger things to say as his career goes on. Still plenty of ambition left, and he didn't lose too much in that defeat against Jason Booth. Certainly wasn't badly outclassed or badly hammered or anything like that in that fight.
No, but I think quite the opposite. I think he enhanced his reputation. At one point it looked as though he was going to cause an upset just the last couple of rounds. But you have to learn to plan out a round. You know this little fellow sets a pace, he's a handful, so the first minute you want to try and keep it at long range, use the jab, get some points piled up, then get a little bit involved as the round goes on. When you get involved too soon in a round, the last minute can become a bit scrappy.
Good body shots there from Robinson. 2 sunk into the ribs of Zemmouri, who's driven back again. He's setting his feet quite well when he throws the jab, so there's a fair bit of dig in even that punch by the look of it.
Yep, and he's picking his punches a little bit better in this round, trying to stand off, give himself some room. That's good. Good body shots.
Thinking his way through it, Robinson just generally looking the governor despite the high work rate of Zemmouri, but Zemmouri's missing so much. Now he's thinking about before giving him the charge now, Zemmouri, because I think he knows he might walk onto something.
Yeah, well, Robinson's clipped him a couple of times with nice left hands here. The pace, you can expect it to slow, and that is really it when Robinson's skills should begin to take over.
Good stuff, though, from Zemmouri.
Again,
a little combination.
Neglecting defence again, Robinson. That's just one of his little faults.
He looks the kind, doesn't he, this Spanish champion, who's always in shape. He seems to have an ardent love affair with the gym. Probably why he was able to answer the call at short notice and come in. He's obviously in shape.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if he was maybe training for some other fight, because he is in good shape.
He can come back, as they say. Giving a value for money performance here to the fans in Huddersfield and making it a meaningful workout for Robinson, who's only had 1 win since that defeat against Jason Booth. That was when he beat Kenyan Moses Kinyua on points in 6 rounds. That looked just like a slip. Yeah, it was. No count.
Well, I thought a left hook landed there. Maybe it didn't actually cause the knockdown, so the referee didn't count it, but I actually thought that a left hook landed on the chin there. I would maybe have gone the other way. Maybe the referee's got a better view than I have.
Maybe.
Okay, that was a lot better. Right?
I'm sure we'll take another look at it, Jim.
Yep, I hope we do, yeah, because from this angle there, I thought maybe the left hook landed. We'll see. Let's have a look. Fine. Have a look. Kind of landed on the chest, if you like. Aye.
Now, well, I think the ref gets a split decision over you, Jim, I think.
Yeah,
there.
yeah, well, it kind of caught him on the chest, so probably didn't cause the knockdown. But I could see from this angle a punch had landed, but it landed more on the chest than the chin. So fair enough, take my hat off. Well done, referee.
The cornerman's not taking his hat off, though, is he? He's interesting attire for the cornerman there for Lahcene Zemmouri. There's the computer so far. He's thrown 100 more, as near as makes no difference, and landed, well, not so many more. But he's winning the fight, no doubt about it, Dale Robinson at the moment. Looks like the heads just banged together on the inside momentarily there.
Yep, you can see comfortable in front at the moment.
We'll have a closer look at that later, in case you missed it. But Robinson's winning, we think anyway. We have been wrong before, mind.
Yeah, but he's having to work to do it, but his boxing, I think, is cleaned up a little bit as this one's going along. I think the fact that the pace is dropping slightly from Zemmouri, Robinson a bit more time to bring the quality out.
I mean, mean, let's make one thing clear. He can't afford to slip up in this one, can he, Robinson?
No, definitely not, but I don't see any signs of that, apart from maybe his defence has been sloppy a couple of times, he's getting too involved some other times, but he's boxing well enough.
Think he's just about the finished article now, or is he still learning?
Well, still learning, obviously. I mean, a long way to go to talk about genuine world class, but he's coming along nicely, and he has a nice pro style, doesn't waste too many punches, picks them nicely. Big drive here from Zemmouri. I think he feels he has to turn things round a little bit, so he's having a go at that.
Well, never mind world class. I think the first thing he's got to prove is that down the line he can be the best flyweight or whatever weight he wants to operate at now in Britain. Bantam tonight. There's still pressure from Zemmouri, who's doing everything he can in there, trying his heart out. He's as game as they come, and he's back Robinson up for the moment. Making him work all the way. Robinson just can't afford to coast.
Doesn't look too comfortable with the pace here, Robinson.
Got hit with a right hand there, and a right cross from Zemmouri, and if he was a bit more of a puncher, you'd wonder about the effect of that one, because that one did land pretty clean.
Yeah, well, he hasn't matched Zemmouri for pace here.
Just coasting a bit in this round, I'm afraid, Dale Robinson.
Break! One step back.
One or two anxious glances from his Huddersfield fans here.
He's just hanging around a little bit longer than he should without getting the punches off. Finishing the round a little bit stronger, but this has been the toughest round of the fight so far.
Furious pace being set by the ever-willing Lahcene Zemmouri. Good uppercut on the inside from Robinson.
Okay.
Now, there was a moment in that round where Robinson left himself open to a few punches. Let's have a look. There was a right hand.
Yeah, just his concentration seemed to dip. That was a good left hook. Just the defence has been scattered a few times. Maybe, as I say, sometimes he wants to look a little bit too casual.
He really was open to that right, wasn't he?
Yeah, but see, look, again, the defences are nowhere. He seems to be losing concentration.
And that is a worry.
Solid jabs onto his chest. Drop the right hand over, bring the left hook back
cannot
down again.
afford to
when you
coast.
get on these ropes, if he's going to go to work, let him go to work, but just block everything and relax. Let him do his work. Come straight back at him when he's done.
10 seconds, corners.
I think the corner realised the pace this little fellow can set is the biggest problem for Robinson.
7th round, red, white and blue. Huddersfield's Dale Robinson. Fighter whose career was nearly stalled on the launch pad when he had difficulties with his medical scans with the British Boxing Board of Control. He was out of action for a while. Everything's been cleared up now happily, and he boxes on safely with the board happy about that too, which is exactly as it should be. Can't be any doubts.
Robinson started with the jab well in this round. That's it. He wants to spend the first minute or so keeping this fellow on the end of the jab if he can, because you know the last minute is going to be tough.
Come on, Dale!
Robinson will be anxious to put on a show, but he knows the most important thing is to get the win and then move on, and hopefully Tommy Gilmore can come up with some other kind of championship chance for him. Maybe with the winner of the Damien Kelly, Jason Booth fight on this bill tonight.
He just turned him.
Yeah.
So I just think he should be using his skills a little bit more here. Force this fellow into making mistakes instead of meeting him head on every attack. Just make him misstep to the side. Use his boxing skills a little bit more.
Arm punches from Zemmouri, but he's throwing plenty of them. And And he's trying to drive Robinson back here with punches through the middle, and Robinson has to stay with this. Certainly not having it all his own way.
Well, he started the round well. His work in the first minute was excellent. But again, Zemmouri dragging him into this kind of brawl.
No doubt about it, the heavier-handed shots are coming from Robinson. Not that he's any big knockout puncher himself, but he does look to be carrying a bit more weight in the shot than Zemmouri, who's flailing away. He's a proud guy, isn't he, this Zemmouri?
He is, yeah. He's a little bit guilty of holding now, so I think maybe he's beginning to blow a little bit as well. But I'd still like to see Robinson tidy things up a little bit more.
I like Zemmouri's attitude. You can see how he has won championship fights in Spain.
Yeah, he's non-stop. He doesn't mind taking a few punches to get close. But Robinson should be punishing him for the mistakes instead of getting so involved.
There he is, Lahcene Zemmouri. 35 years of age he is. He's won a couple of transcontinental fights, whatever they might be. Just another of those many, many titles that people invent these days, but he's won a couple of them anyway. Stopping a Hungarian in 11 and beating the Spanish veteran Jose Roma Bartolome.
Backed up on these ropes, so I don't want it there too often. When he's backed up on the ropes, I want back on that jab, boom, boom. Everything's stiff. At distance, he ain't got a chance, okay? You're clipping him with left hooks on way in, you're keeping him off with a jab, okay? But when he's on the ropes, do your work, whack him round the ribs, step off, do a little bit of work, and then get out and get back on that jab. But make them jabs count, make them right hands count.
The Robinson camp recently had the setback of James Hare being beaten by David Barnes in a British welterweight title fight. James Hare here tonight, supporting his stable. Maybe it's that kind of camp that they have. That's good, jabbing and then the right hand from Robinson. Little left hook back from this Zemmouri, and there's a head clash as well there.
Yeah, I don't think that was anyone's fault, just one of those things. They both caught it high, which is fine. I think the eyes are okay. A good start again from Robinson. He just calm down, pick the punches, make this fellow make some mistakes.
Don't hold, don't hold.
Maybe one or two signs here that Dale Robinson still is not the fully polished diamond.
Yeah, that's for sure, but also I don't think too many people have an easy night with Zemmouri. The pace and the fitness that he has.
He's probably an improving sort as well. Funny thing to say about a 35-year-old, but probably true as well.
Well, he's never stopped working, that's for sure. And that's been the biggest problem for Robinson. He's been a little bit sloppy at times, but over the piece his work has been good. That's better. But see, this is where he wants to step off, then mount another attack. You don't have to stick with the attack if it's not working. That was it, little. See, that's exactly what I mean.
Oh, good right hand. Right hand, and this time he's down authentically. Good shot, and he's shaken up by that. Tries to shake off the effects of it. Counts at 8, and he's stopped. He can't go on. Robinson finds a really good finish in the end. It was a hardish fight for him. He always was in control of it, and in the end, he's come up with a very, very good stoppage. Cracking right hand, and Zemmouri just could not recover in time, and the fight is waved off. There's his mum, there's Erlene. She can relax now.
Yeah, that's a good night's work. That's what I've been calling for. A little bit more imagination. He showed a little feint, drew the lead, step back from it and come back in with a beautiful punch, finish the job. I didn't see a one-punch finish in this fight, so that shocked me. But see, I would just step back, give himself some room. You'll see as he goes in here. Little feint. Bang, caught him a little bit high. But that's a surprise, as I say, a one-punch finish. This looked like it could go all the way. But that's an excellent result for young Robinson.
Good punch, wasn't it? Bang! Yep. Just around the side of the head. I think that befuddled Zemmouri. Now, just look at him there. You can see the pain, you can see the bewilderment.
Yeah, but there were no signs he was thinking about quitting. That one punch has turned everything against him. That's it. Lovely shot, but you could see Robinson actually thinking what he was doing, looking for the target. Too often he got involved with this fellow, but that was a beautiful finish.
I'm not sure what more tonight's fight told us about Dale Robinson. There we are, kiss for mum. Family friend, Cass is there, James Hare as well, his stablemate. So it's a good night for Dale Robinson, and he can go on, I would think, to other championship opportunities on the domestic front after a win like that. In the end, a good stoppage over the Spanish flyweight champion, Lahcene Zemmouri, in the 8th.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 1 minute and 48 seconds of round 8, the referee, Mr. Phil Edwards, has stopped the contest with Lahcene Zemmouri in no position to defend himself, leaving the winner, Huddersfield's Dale Robinson. Ladies and gentlemen, please show your appreciation. A very good opponent plays from Spain, Lahcene Zemmouri.
1, 2, 3, Martin, is that all right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Are we okay? 1, 2, 3. So are we okay? Dale, win number 17, knockout number 8. How satisfied were you with that finish after what looked like a hard night's work?
Yeah, I mean, Chris there in corner were brilliant. You know, I had my visions, and you know what I see is not always what's happening in the ring. And you know, Chris can see better than I can, and he was telling me, you know, what I was doing wrong. And eventually, I got, you know, put it right, and we finished him. And it was a good finish. He was tricking, he was awkward, and he was rubbing his head, and you know that's what you expect with kids like that. That's you know, that's why Tommy got him a good learning fight. You know.
Were you down and flat a little bit about Johnny Armour pulling out? Was that a problem?
Yeah, well, no, it's not a problem. You're a professional end of the day, and you've got to adjust to what happens. And we've done plenty of southpaw sparring. We've got ready for us a small, stocky, tough, come forward kid, and you know, I mean, not much different really, but he was orthodox. And you don't know what's coming though, do you? You don't know what the kid's going to be like. He might have a good chin, he might be a bit chinny. You never know, do you? And that's all experience, I guess.
Tommy Gilmore, what does 2005 hold for Dale Robinson? Are you looking possibly at a British title fight with Martin Power?
Well, I think that's another one of the great domestic clashes. They boxed as amateurs, so I think that's something that's going to be a really interesting fight. But I think in performances like that, you can see that Dale is more than capable. He's moved up from flyweight to super flyweight, and now he feels a very comfortable bantamweight. We may have a new champion at bantamweight for the early in the new season.
Congratulations, Dale. Enjoy Christmas.
Yeah, thanks.